right, a very good morning to you and welcome to yet another exciting edition of the program. Morning, Ron. Is it Monday morning? And,
You want to move us?
I want to move us.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lilibet is right on call, of course, and control this morning. Yes, put it on white is beautiful.
Yeah, I had to go all white because it's a new week and it's a new beginning. Good morning to you, Tano. You're doing okay. I don't know why you're making me laugh this morning. Well, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Monday's edition of your Top Flight television program, Morning Ride, and it is our world of information, education, and entertainment.
Yeah.
Thank you for staying with us.
Yes, and of course, the ride promises to be quite exciting.
Sure.
In the sense that we have quite a lot, especially for our international celebration, and of course quite a lot that has been happening around the media space, so to speak, because there are quite a lot of issues that are trending,
Yeah.
if you ask me. And so it's our duty on Morning Ride to make sure that you are quite informed, educated, and entertained. You know, so that is, we fall around such precipice, which is a tripod, on why we are here.
Yes. And before we go further, my name is Lilibet Ugochukwu, and that is Onome Tano.
But you didn't complete it. Lilibet Ugochukwu Kelvin.
You have that word.
That belongs to me.
That belongs to you. Okay. So let's quickly fall to our national celebration. We'll start with yesterday because it was Sunday and we had nothing to... We're not on air yesterday, Morning Ride. So we have to start from yesterday. I picked one yesterday, and that is Never Give Up Day. When I came across it, something really was refreshed in me that, oh, you are not to give up no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So you are never to give up in life. Even those that do not have to eat today, never give up. As far as there is life, there is hope. That's just one belief I keep in mind every day that I wake up. And when I wake up, I say, oh, thank God for life today. And because there is life today, there is hope. So never give up, no matter the situation. Now, I'll read a little on that. It says, Never Give Up Day is on August 18. And we are here to show you how you can celebrate this day amazingly. Do you know that the concept of motivation and its effects on the human brain have been studied by ancient civilizations? Humans have always achieved more than they thought they could with their sheer willpower. It is a well-known fact that with the right motivation, you can move mountains. Never Give Up Day was created for this reason. This day is a reminder to keep chasing our dreams and never give up on them. People celebrate this day by motivating themselves and the people around them to keep grinding until they achieve what they want. So never give up. You're trying to talk to somebody, the person is not listening to you, don't give up. You start a business and the business is not going the way you want it, do not give up. Things are not rosy, things are not going the way you want to wake up every day and say, oh God, why me? Why is this happening to me? Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep pushing, keep fighting. You will definitely get there. That's my belief. Don't forget the word I always tell you. At the end of the tunnel, there is always light.
Yes, I actually had to key into what you just said. Using the music of Jimmy Cliff. I said you can get all that you really want. All you just need to do is try. You try and you succeed.
Yes.
You know, at last. You know, and that tells you that it is not really over until
it is over.
It is over. You see, just when you think all is lost, you know, God springs up surprises.
Yes.
At that very last minute. Do you understand?
That's true.
And does the needful. I might not be able to translate all of this through personal testimonies, but I have known over the period, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but times that have actually been uncountable. When I think, oh, I'm down, right? There's a surprise. Just like you just said, there's light at the end
of the tunnel.
I might not be able to give testimonies now because if I begin to open up to testimonies of not giving up, you'll be shocked. That is real surprises from nowhere. You just bring up and begin to ask, did I ever deserve all of this? But you see, because of your resilience and your consistency in the mantra of never give up. Because if I open up to testimonies and all of that now, there'll be a lot of people
who might not live here.
People will hang out by the road there to say, amen. And some of them come in very hard ways of, can you imagine?
Yeah.
You understand? But we cannot begin. This is not a period to do all of that testimony.
Counting your blessings.
But
yes.
Let the truth be told.
Yes.
Never you give up.
Yes.
No matter the situation, no matter what you're going through. So when that day is being marked out to be celebrated as an international day, it's just important.
Yes. So you've heard from both of us, never give up. I am begging you, don't ever give up. Keep pushing, okay? You will definitely get there. Keep pushing. All right, so that was celebrated yesterday, the 18th day in the month of August. And now let's move to today, which is the 19th day. So many beautiful celebrations. And the way foods are celebrated nationwide, it amazes me. It amazes me. That's to tell you that this food actually have so much importance in your life. Now, can you imagine? Today, potato is celebrated. We're celebrating potato. It's Potato Day, National Potato Day. So go out there, buy yourself a potato and eat. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy that potato today. You can make it any way you want to make it. Mash it, fry it, boil it, roast it, anyhow. Just make sure you enjoy potato today because today we celebrate potato. All right, next we have the World Humanitarian Day. World Humanitarian Day. This honors humanitarians aid workers all over the world. All the humanitarian aid workers all over the world. This day is to celebrate you. You go out of your way to help people. You go out of your way to put smiles on people's faces. You don't even need someone to give you. You use from your own. You take from your purse. You're just selfless, You just go out there to make sure that people actually eat. Today is a day to celebrate you. So if you know you are a humanitarian aid worker, that you know you do it from the depth of your heart and it makes you happy that you do it, we'll celebrate you today. So we'll just take a few on that. It says World Humanitarian Day on August 19 honors humanitarian aid workers all over the world. Established by the UN, honors humanitarian workers. Established by the UN in 2009. This day commemorates the anniversary of the bombing of the United Nations headquarters in Iraq. 22 people lost their lives, including the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. Now, humanitarian aid workers provide life-saving assistance to suffering people all over the world. Those workers who live in conflict zones or in areas devastated by natural disasters are especially vulnerable. Anyone and everyone can be a humanitarian. Right? So this day pays tribute to the thousands of humanitarian workers who gave their lives and suffered injuries in the course of their work. Did you know that at one point in 2021, 235 million people in 26 countries required humanitarian assistance? This is the day to honor all those workers who continue their service to provide, support, and protect people in need. on one occasion of this holiday, people celebrate with a theme, human race. So this holiday is a commemoration, but it can also be exciting and fun.
Beautiful. And that's why I like to give kudos to the Red Cross International.
Yes, they are actually doing a lot.
Because they carry out quite a lot of humanitarian services.
Yes.
Just recently, I think yesterday, the Red Cross International Camp ended at the St. Patrick's College, and I was part of the activities, and as I speak with you now, all over the African space, the International Red Cross Society is having the International Youth Camp somewhere around Owa Alero, at the Federal Road Safety Training Center, where youths from African countries are also betting now, And you see, these are organizations that actually carry out selfless service, to the people in times of disaster, in times of celebration, and all of that.
Yeah.
Just as I speak with you now, what's happening in Gaza, in Israel, Palestinian, and all of that in Broligio. As I speak, the International Red Cross Organization is on ground to carry out
humanitarian service. That's good.
So as we celebrate the Humanitarian Day, this is a clarion call to everyone around the globe to do some level of humanitarian service. I never can say where that help can just lead you to.
That's true. Okay, so that is it. Please, you want to join them, you can go out there and join them, or you can even do on your own. It doesn't matter. Just carry out that selfless service for human race. When you do it, just do it with no intention at all. Do it because it makes you happy. Do it because you don't want anyone to praise you. Do it because that is the right thing to do. If you know people out there that needs help, that needs assistance, and you can assist them, please go out there and assist them. So as we celebrate the World Humanitarian Day today, I am urging you to be a humanitarian. All right, another celebration is, the Afghanistan got their independence today. Congratulations to them. We have the Discovery Day. Discovery Day says, enjoy walking tours, art exhibits, a golf tournament, and more on Discovery Day. Discover new things. That's simply what it means. Discover new things. Go out there and know what to discover. I think some persons have actually discovered robots and AI. Robots are coming. They are coming in full force. That's someone's discovery. So what have you discovered? So go out there and discover something, okay?
Did you have you heard of the story of a guy who resonated, or rather discovered the TikTok? TikTok on the social media.
Yeah.
He doesn't have two legs. Can you imagine?
He doesn't have two legs.
Yeah.
And he discovered
TikTok.
something as large and huge as TikTok.
Yeah.
You see? This is someone that doesn't have two legs.
Yes,
what about you and I that have two legs
I
and two
have
hands?
two
What
legs
have we
and two hands.
discovered?
Nothing.
I've discovered something. Please, Lalo. I've discovered myself. Okay, so that's one motivation. That's a push. You can discover anything. There was this little boy I saw that made a filling station. I don't know how he built it. It was so real, and he was just moving it on a barrow, wheelbarrow, pushing it around. People were following it. That's a very beautiful one. There's another one that made a car with a plastic can. Yeah, a car with a plastic can. That's another discovery. That's talent. That's skills. And then I saw one, is it a matchbox? the person used a matchbox to make a house. As in, people are really, really creative. They are creative. When you see what people are doing, you'll be amazed. And you'll be pushed to want to create something. What has been tagged to your name? What exactly has been tagged to your name? So go out there today, look for something that you will create, look for something that you will invent, and let people say, oh, this person actually did this. And then you go viral. You know, in the Western world, when they see people with such talents, they pick them very fast, and they train them, they invest massively in those talents, you know. So please, go out there, look for something to invent, look for something to create, so that you will be remembered for good when you're gone. All right, we also have the National Aviation Day. National Aviation Day is celebrated today. We feel the need for speed on Aviation Day. And then we have the National Patient Advocacy Day. National Patient Advocacy Day. Now we notice and appreciate the medical professionals that advocate for their patients. Now, this brings me to the medical practitioners, the medical sphere. There are some medical practitioners that actually speak out for their patients. They feel what their patients are going through. They put themselves in the shoes of their patients. They are the real hero. But there are some, when you get to the hospital, the way they talk down at you, the way they yell at you, like it's your fault or your making that you're sick and you're in the hospital. I just wish the medical, the board management can actually fish those people out. Because when a person is sick, the person comes to the hospital not just for you to care for the person, but for you to talk life into the person. Someone comes to the hospital with a high BP and you talk to the person like the person does, as in even a human. Tell me how would that BP go? The BP will increase. I have been in the hospital and I see pregnant women that are in pain. They are in excruciating pain. And you see these midwives or these nurses or doctors, female doctors for that matter, they shout at you. Am I the one that impregnated you? Please stop shouting. There are other people here. Is this your first child? As in, the way you talk to them, I don't understand. Sometimes I just feel like going there and giving you a smack on your face. This is a woman trying to bring another human being to life. You know how painful it is. And then you yell at the person, you shout at the person, you do so many things. Some even let the patient sit all by themselves, you know, no bed, no medication. Some will tell you, if you don't deposit, I will not treat you. Oh, no, no. Now you see that there is actually celebration in helping people, in advocating for patients in the hospital. So please, our medical practitioners, this is particularly going to you. In that office where you are not God. You are human. Any sick patient that comes to your office or that comes to the hospital, treat them with love, treat them with care. That is what they need. If they can stay in their houses and get treated, I bet you they would not even want anything to do with coming to the hospital. Like myself, I don't like going to the hospital. I don't like it because I wouldn't want any doctor or nurse to shout at me or talk down at me, even when I am ill. I better stay in my house and you come and administer the treatment in my house. So please, on this day, we are appreciating the medical practitioners or the medical professionals that advocate for their patients. Advocate for their patients, not talk down on their patients. That advocate for their patient. And I celebrate you today. I know that there are so many medical professionals out there that are on this line, that are good, that are nice, that has conscience. And this day I am taking it to celebrate you. Kudos to you. Keep doing the good work that you're doing.
No, that's a good one because I was actually listening to all that you were saying concerning the need for the medics to take care of their patients.
Yes, very important.
I feel that some of these medical health providers actually feel, I don't know, frustrated,
Overworked.
attitudes of those who are ill. The common case, you actually get most of the common cases that are almost more like reoccurring decimals has to do with the pregnant women majorly.
Yeah.
Because you see the nurses telling them, am I doubly pregnant?
Yes.
Why don't you just, not forgetting also that the patients are actually going through excruciating pain.
And at that point, she doesn't even know what she's doing.
She doesn't even know what she's doing. So I expect the medics to, at that point, building their chemistry into that of the patient.
Yes.
To know that at this point, because of the pains, that the woman is actually going through, she can begin to say a lot of things, and that are not so palatable. And also, apart from the pregnant women, there are some desperate cases that need urgent attention. You see the medics just, playing, an I don't care attitude. And meanwhile, the patient is going.
He's dying.
So you will see reactions from the relations, wanting to even go as far as holding on to the medics and say, this patient is dying. Why don't you give enough attention?
First aid.
So I think this is the point where, as the day is being celebrated, it's also more like a clarion call.
Yeah.
That we should do the needful that we can.
Yeah.
Be the best we can to humanitarian needs, and leave the rest to God. God heals.
Yeah. We'll do our part as human. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so the final celebration today is World Photo Day. All the photographers in the air, all the photographers, today is your day. We're celebrating you today for taking that pics and making us look beautiful. So World Photo Day, the definition of photography is quite literally drawing the lights. That's what it means, drawing the lights. That's why when there is no light, you see that your picture does not come out fine. It has to come out fine.
Without the flash.
Yes, without the flash. You see, all photographers, if they don't have that flash, it's not going, it's not flying at all. They will tell you, no, my flash is bad. We need more lights, we need more lights. So that's how they get a very beautiful photo. So today is World Photography Day. It's celebrated August 19, and it celebrates the day when the French government purchased the patent for the process. Okay, the process is photographic process that creates highly detailed images on a sheet of copper plate with a thin coat of silver. The day requires participants to share a photo of their world, which can be anything the photographer chooses. The definition of photography is quite literally drawing the lights. And British scientist Sir John Herschel, photos, which means light, and graphic, which means drawing or writing. So you see where they got the word from. You see where they light, drawing lights. Light is photos and drawing is graphy. And it was invented by the British scientist Sir John Herschel in 1839. Photography has actually been long. So you can read up the history of the World Photo Day. But we're going to drop it there and say congratulations to all photographers out there.
Yeah.
We celebrate you.
I know you are one.
How am I one? I use my phone as my own gadget.
As a camera.
Okay.
Because it's important that I'm one by profession, and I'm somebody who has also grown, setting up establishments along that line of photography, business, and all of that.
Yeah.
Because it replicates life.
Yes.
It tells you how real, life is, and use the opportunity to take photo shoots, for events that act more as memorabilia.
Yeah.
20 years ago it was so, 10 years ago it was so, 5 years ago
yes.
it was also so, and all of these act as memos, over the years. So as we celebrate the World Photography Day, yes, take more photographs. that's my end submission.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so that's all on national celebration from yesterday and today.
All right, so we'll take a break now, and when we come back to yet another spot on Morning Ride, Monday's edition. Thank God it's a beautiful Monday morning. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Let's go! No. Let's go. If we continue like this now, where we go head? Bros, calm down. I know say, it be like say all of us the best now. But more will not say, any damage what we they cause now to our own state. And when we talk about our own state, we they talk about ourselves, about our family, our fathers and mothers, our wives, brothers and sisters, even our children. If we use our own hands, scatter what we get as our own. Now where we go call our own again?
Na truth he talk. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wetin make us come dey fight now?
Wetin our guy dey talk so, e make sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. We dey fight prosper. No need for the fight. Now peace and unity. Now we want.
It takes peace to experience more. Together in peace and unity, we will experience the more agenda. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Let's go!
No. Let's go. If we continue like this now, where we go head? Bros, calm down. I know say, it be like say all of us the best now. But more will not say, any damage what we they cause now to our own state. And when we talk about our own state, we talk about ourselves, about our family, our fathers and mothers, our wives, brothers and sisters, even our children. If we use our own hands, scatter what we get as our own. Now where we go call our own again?
Na truth he talk. After all, Governor Sheriff, he don't promise say go do more for Deltans. Now wetin make us come dey fight now?
Wetin our guy dey talk so, e make sense.
You see now. No be lie. We need peace today so that we go fit experience the more agenda. Meaningful development for all. But where there is no peace, there cannot be prosperity now. We dey fight to prosper. No need for the fight. Now peace and unity. Now we want.
It takes peace to experience more. Together in peace and unity, we will experience the more agenda. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Governor Sheriff, they give us more better things for Delta.
That's why, yo, so na truth.
Na truth, oh. This Ugeli why they stay so.
Yes.
Governor Sheriff, they do roads.
That's why, yeah.
He not only they do roads, so they also they do drainages to make sure say the roads where we go they get for Delta, not go poor. Me and you know say Governor Sheriff, they ready to give Deltas the best.
Yes. He talk now before he enter power.
As me and you they talk so, Adakbrasa road don't. Adakbrasa now where you take they go they meet that girl.
Which one?
That girl will say she not go fit marry you.
Okay.
Governor Sheriff don't rehabilitate Adakbrasa road. Yes, so.
Okay, let me know.
It's just about 1 year where Governor Sheriff enter power, so him don't start and complete different projects. Some of them he rehabilitate them.
More agenda, of course.
Yes, so.
You see, this thing when Oga Peter they talk so. Na truth. Just about 1 year in office, Governor Sheriff don't complete different projects, and he still they do more. As I dey road they travel the other day, I see and say Governor Sheriff they do rehabilitation for High Expressway, a 3-kilometer road. Now, not be only that one. Recently, when I travel, go see my friend for Warri South, I can see and say Governor Sheriff, he don't do rehabilitation, overlay of Ejegba Community Main Road, down to the roundabout.
Now that why you they talk, me I just they come from Oriso. When I hear say Governor Sheriff they do flyover and say na Julius Berger, I say make I go see with my flyover from PTI Junction to DNC roundabout. I say now wow, Governor Sheriff just start. He go start with legacy projects so. And he dey progress so, even as we dey talk so.
More agenda.
Governor Sheriff transforming Delta.
This village Ounde, so this road now Wagba village. We thank our governor, Governor Sheriff. We make the road better for us so we see they pass the road well now.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Our next spot is the dailies. Let's go to the dailies and see what the papers have for us this Monday morning. Our first paper for review this morning will be the Guardian newspaper. And on the Guardian newspaper, we have the screaming story, "Fuel queues linger as traders await Dangote NNPCL refineries." Okay, let's see how long the wait is going to be. All right, you can get the details on page 6. Yes, that's the Guardian newspaper. Fuel queues linger as traders await Dangote NNPCL refineries. And we have Utomi Amosu trade words over contract violation amid calls for Jets probe. And that's on page 6. All right, we'll take care of the next paper.
All right, next paper this morning, it's the Punch newspaper, which is our next point, that most states will be largely hit by flood. And so that is a catalyst that can cascade into a food crisis. Okay, the writer to that says that farmers groan as floods ravage farmlands in Sokoto, Kano, Kebbi, and 7 other states. And SEMAs seek government's help as the drought dry up crops in 4 states and 36 states also.
Others. False reports on 6.8 billion naira indebtedness to international traders. And details is on page 2 and page 8. NDLEA to varsities, make drug testing compulsory for admission. I think we need that. As 21 million naira jumbo pay, Serap asked NAS to disclose legislators. Abducted Anambra Commissioner wife released after 24 hours in captivity. And that's on page 6. Food shortage, extreme hunger looms in Benue as drought persists. And that's on page 4 and 26. The writer says Muslims pray for rainfall as crops wither in Osun State. And on the presidential jet saga, Chinese firm not only victim of Amosu's contract violation, says Utomi. And the writer says he's sulking because I refuse to feed his entitlement mentality. And this story is credited to the ex-governor of Ogun State. All right, the way the leaders are.
The Daily Times. And the Daily Times has above the masthead, fuel queues resurface in Lagos amid stock shortage. That's on page 4. And the Federal Inland Revenue Service targets 19.4 trillion naira, 6 legal framework to cryptocurrency taxation. That's on page 5. Drought. Kogi government often seek divine intervention. That's
police unveil prime suspect in hotel attack. Through APP Secretariat as arsonist. I'm not eyeing Tinubu's job, says Ganduje. Okay. Reps ask AMCON to go after debtors irrespective of fate as a Chinese firm under Amosu. And this is credited to Pat Utomi. And get the details on page 29. On page 6, we have Benue tops child trafficking list in Nigeria for 3 consecutive years.
The PDP alleges police harassment and arrest of party members. That you can get on page 10 of the newspaper. And we also have this presidential jet seizure. Another kind of one opens. Amosu Utomi trade words over OPIC land investment. Yes, OPIC is an State Property Investment Corporation. And I think quite a lot to actually resonate. Disclose National Assembly running costs or face legal action. Sarah tells Akabio and Abbas. We also have, we are not owing foreign oil traders $6.8 billion. NFPCL, federal government's $1 trillion economy. SEC rolls out initiatives to attract new listing. That's on page 6. And of course, the bold line, banner headline here, uncertainty over federal government's plan to boost food production. The rider governors here to provide plan, and they are working on it. That's the presidential spokesman. Below the photo speak there, businessman excretes 88 wraps of cocaine as NDLEA intercepts drugs in noodles at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Posers over new law to extend IGP's tenure. that is on the Tribune this morning.
Okay. Our next paper for review is the Daily Sun. IGP's tenure. New law sparks tension in police. We also have petrol scarcity worsens as FG marketers trade blame. Rider says commuters stranded. Long queues at filling station. Okay, death toll rises to 74 in Benue attacks, and that's on page 5. Ohaneze extols Obasanjo Shonwolu for slamming Igbo must go promoters. Seized presidential jets. Amosu Utomi fight over cancelled contract, and that's on page 25. On page 29, we have troops kill 2 terrorists. Recover arms, motorcycles, foil terrorist attack, and that's in Kaduna State. Businessman excretes 88 wraps of cocaine as NDLEA intercepts drugs in noodles at MMI. 500 naira. There's no pepper 200 naira again.
It's not Tinubu, they call it Tinubu.
Okay.
We are not owing foreign traders 6.8 billion. NNPC clarifies all of that. Okay, attention, discordant tunes greet planned 10-year extension of the Inspector General of Police. Now, is it on the blueprint this morning? So charity begins at home?
Yes, Saba Azinge beats 9 others to emerge. Right, right there. Okay, hunger protests, lessons for democracy, that's part 2. Akpoveta calls for enhanced collaboration towards inclusive health care. NDLEA naps Vietnam-bound businessman. Suspect excretes 88 wraps of cocaine. The risk people are taking just to make money is alarming and scary. Okay, that's all on the papers this morning. Grab a copy of any of the papers that you didn't fit and go through to get further details. And this story on this orders Oberowari approves statewide drug abuse sensitization campaign, orders Orientation Bureau to partner NDLEA. I think it is
quite apt.
It is, yes, it is needed. It is really needed. Because when you go on the road, you see these young boys who are supposed to be in school, they are selling drugs. And it beats my imagination that nobody is even talking to them.
Who are selling the drugs? How's our boys now?
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I can't tell who they are.
Yeah.
But I see those boys. And then if you just drive past and you slow down, the way they run to you and ask you want to buy, it is. I don't know who they are.
You can
but I see them.
You can see them majorly on the Upper Road axis.
Upper Road axis, just between what's this Apple Junction to Midwifery, just on that lane. You see them there, and then when they see this military, the police van coming, they jump into the drainage system and they hide inside those drainages. And I ask myself, is it that the law enforcement agencies are not aware that these people are on this road, or they just want to close their eyes to what is happening? I cannot answer that question. It's left for them to answer. Is it that they don't know that something of that nature? And you know what? They begin to increase every day. Initially, there were just few guys there. But now if you go there, it's like a marketplace. They are not even scared. They are not scared at all. They are just positioned, well positioned there. And then when you pass or you alight from a tricycle, they run up to you and ask you, you want to buy? What is, like, drugs are being sold on the streets in Asaba, and nothing is done about it. So I think this step is really needed.
Yeah, it's becoming more appalling.
Appalling.
You know, because but before now, it wasn't. It was not that pronounced. There are usually hidden spots where all of these purchases are made.
Yes.
You can hardly even know where they sell those drugs.
Yes, they hide to sell it.
They hide to sell it. You know, there's a particular place in Onitsha where when you want to, where we go to the investigations that we carried out at the point, a small hand comes out to bring you money, and a big hand comes out to give you the drug. That was the marketing, you know. But they have gone beyond all of that now. And so what they do, they stay on the streets, just like what we are witnessing.
Yes.
You know, on the Okpanam axis. Because that is where you have the predominantly domiciled, around that axis. We see them when we drive past. We see them on the streets. And I start to be corrected that that is the business of a particular section of the country. You will not see that our man go there to begin to domicile, to begin to sell drugs. That's the truth. We have run into them, we countered them, you know. So it's high time, and I think I like what
the governor
is
said,
doing.
yeah.
But the problem with that is that when you carry out a heavy
sensitization campaign, what next?
How many of them people watch?
We watch. No, maybe not. I don't think it's I don't think it's going to be a TV thing. I think it should be on the streets. You know, like a walk.
Or you go to their enclave, where they are usually cocooned, you know, and begin to carry out, because they have where they are domiciled. They have where they stay.
Yes.
They have where they sleep. So
That's
you carry the sensitization to such quarters. You know, but if it's something that you think of through billboards, through radio adverts, it is not even good.
Because these people are not even learned. Most of them are not learned.
Okay.
So they will not understand.
Okay.
But if you do a walk on the road, tell them the danger. And they are selling to people. Most of them are not even taking it, but they are selling to people. And it is hazardous to your health. Some persons will tell you, oh, that one is a grass. No, not Mirio. They said is herbal, it's medicinal. Please tell me what is medicinal there. I don't know what is medicinal.
And the high rate of users is becoming astronomical.
They're mostly youths.
Over the years.
They're mostly youths.
Do you understand?
Youths that want to belong.
You see, they have transcended. Before Elizabeth.
Yeah.
When you mold the cannabis, you mold it. You understand? But now they have now brought in other new technologies, other varieties, other instruments that they use. You know,
to squash the stuff.
Squash it.
deployed, and then you can determine if you want to have a male child or a female child. Also, after conception, basically during pregnancy, at specified times of the pregnancy period, you can also determine, or you can also find out what sex a fetus is while in the womb. And all of this we're going to x-ray today.
Okay, so you said before the intercourse takes place, you can determine the sex of the child.
Exactly.
Okay. And after the intercourse takes place,
you
can you also
check to find out what sex the fetus is?
Without going for scan or ultrasound?
There are different ways that can be done. Scan is one of them. That's the ultrasound is done. It is still also to determine if you have chromosomal abnormalities or genetic disorders. But like I said before, the PEX is also, you can also determine the sex of the child, of the fetus, basically from fetal DNA. From the DNA, you can know if the fetus is going to be a female or a male. Then there's also another one called the amniocentesis, where the amniotic, a long needle is used to collect the amniotic fluid inside the womb. And then the sampling is also done too. It also contains the fetal DNA inside that amniotic fluid. So when these samplings are done, basically to check for chromosomal abnormalities, you can also determine the sex of the fetus if it's going to be a girl. Now this is at the fetal stage. Now like I said, you can still determine whether to have a male child or a female child before sexual intercourse, before conception, before pregnancy. So it's basically having the knowledge. Before now, doctors usually advise people who want to determine the sex of the child to use Billings method. It is basically knowing when the woman's most fertile period is, and then have sexual intercourse at that time, and then you have a very high probability of having a male child at that time. And then after that time, you can have a female child.
Yeah, now, of course. You said to know when they
are released. Now, if there are some sort of challenges or problem and they are not functioning well, it could be a challenge, but that would be a story for another day. So when the egg, now the female egg has like a period of between 36 hours for it to be alive, upon which is expected that fertilization should occur. Now, if fertilization doesn't occur, the egg will die by itself, and then you see menstruation will occur. You know, menstruation is basically the womb engorged with blood cells preparing for implantation of the fertilized egg. So where the egg dies because it has stayed up to 36 hours, which is basically 36 hours, a day and a half, where it dies, then the engorged blood cells in the womb will just go out, they all wash away, because the body has already prepared itself to get implanted where there is fertilization. But so when you have any of these cases, they can use either the non-invasive prenatal testing, the amniocentesis, or the chorionic villus sampling to check to know if there are any of these disorders, and then know what to do to correct them. But like I said, the perks of doing this thing is that you can also determine the sex of the fetus from this testing, basically from checking for the fetal DNA, and then you can know if it's going to be a male or a female. Then for ultrasound, of course, yes, it's the one thing everybody knows, and then you can get it done basically between the 18th to the 22nd week after conception. Now the only, let's say the backside of it is it can fail sometimes, especially when the fetus does not expose, because it's basically checking to see the genitalia of the fetus. So if it's going to be a male or a female, if it is exposed, of course you will know. But if it is hidden, if it is concealed, persons don't know, but I think they need to know now. Now, we actually have this situation where you have erection of the penis of a fetus. When I discussed it with someone, the person was like, "What? Is it possible?" I said, "Yes, even at the fetal stage, erection can happen."
Yes, is it possible?
So, exactly. So when there is erection of the penis of the fetus, if it's a male, then you can easily determine that, yes, this is a male fetus.
What would cause?
But way back in 2015, we got to discover that even at the age of 35 years, you can have menopause kicking.
That's early menopause?
Yes.
And is it good?
And it is not good, but it is now the order of the day. We are seeing so many cases, and there is no telling if you can even find somebody as young as 20 years having the same symptoms. When you have genetic disorders, chromosomal abnormalities, and even imbalance of the hormones in the body.
Yeah.
It can begin to trigger these situations. And then when it happens, you don't think it's a normal thing that's supposed to happen. But because of those situations inside the and the male sperm, you can also divide them into that simple explanation. The Y chromosome bearing cells, sperm cells, and then the X chromosome bearing sperm cells for the male. Because you're going to have the Y and the X for the male. That's what makes them males. Okay. Then for the females, you're going to have just X. You understand that already, right? So this X cell for the female is just X. While those for the male is the X and the Y, which is what makes them the one. The sex of a child is going to be a male, for which the viability period for it is 36 hours. Now, for the male, it varies. I just talked about the X bearing sperm cells and then the Y bearing sperm cells. The X bearing sperm cells, when you check, if you have had the opportunity to see a sperm under a microscope, you will see how energetic it is and how it moves at a very fast pace. Now, when you check, you see those that are very energetic. Ovulation. That the sperm cells, which is the Y-bearing sperm cells now, which gives you a male child, will quickly swim to the fallopian tube, waiting to fertilize the egg. But they will not see the egg. Why? Because ovulation has not occurred. Okay. The eggs have not been released. And so when they wait there, because they have a lifespan of between 1 to 2 days, they will die before the egg cell is released. Okay. And then the other one, which is the X-bearing sperm cells now, which are very sluggish and slow, but have a longer lifespan of between 2 to 5 days, they will sluggishly swim to the fallopian tube. And so before they get to the fallopian tube, the egg has been released. And so when they get there, you will not see any Y-bearing sperm cells anymore. So you are left with only the X-bearing sperm cells, which will go and fertilize the egg, and then you have a female child.
Okay.
So this is just the simple blood testing and then the genetic testing. We really don't have so much risk. We don't have risk for ultrasound testing. So that's why it's a readily, used. Yeah. Now, for these ones that I just mentioned now, the risk involved is the risk of miscarriage. And that is why it is not some genetic disorder or chromosomal abnormalities. So that is why they are recommended for them. But for any other normal person, it is not recommended because of that high chance of having miscarriage.
Fetal sex determination impact gender balance in the society.
Yes, we live in Nigeria and we are Africans, and we have seen families where the craving for a male child has torn families apart. The male is unconscious. The man does not get to know or decide how it happens. If it is going to be the X chromosome that gets to fertilize the egg, or if it's the Y. But because of this knowledge that we just discussed today now, the man can make guided decisions to know, okay, if I want to have a male child, I have to have sexual intercourse with my wife. Yeah. On the
maybe when we have you next time, you explain to us how to calculate ovulation. Yes, you explain to us. So what do you think now are the social consequences of preferring one gender over the other?
We live in a world where we have seen that there are dangers associated with overlooking the female child. Yes. We have had to throw more attention to the male child, and in some instances give them leverage to do things that they would not ordinarily have done if they were female children. Caution the female a lot and say, you're a girl, you have to do this, you have to do that. And we have a world where we have some males who are not so, in quotes, tuned to the act of living right, doing some things, or cautioning because they are male. Okay, he's a guy, allow him, he can go out late at night and all of that. So we have those imbalances playing out, and the awareness is fast growing. Families are beginning to understand these things now, and they understand that they have to check out how the males are treated and how the females are treated as well. So when we are using this knowledge to determine the sex of a child, of course, it helps in a way, but we should not throw caution to the wind while attending to the sexes.
Yeah. Now, do you think sex determination could lead to an increase in abortion?
Okay. Sex determination, especially when it comes to genetic testing, can lead to miscarriage, but not for abortion.
And as she's growing, according to African tradition, they were like, why are you investing on this woman? Tomorrow she will get married. And if she gets married also, she's going to undertake another tax, heavy tax in her husband's house. And apparently, if it happens that is the same deduction from where she's coming from, you understand, you will see that, because you are a woman, you are restricted from this, you're a woman, you are restricted.
This denies them the chance to fulfill their dreams and contribute to their communities. It is crucial to address this issue by promoting gender equality, empowering girls, and creating an environment that nurtures their talents and aspirations. However, the girl child is a symbol of hope, resilience, and limitless potential. She represents the future and embodies the power to transform societies. Education plays a pivotal role in shaping the future of the girl child. When girls are educated, they are more likely to break the cycle of poverty, make informed decisions about their health, and actively participate in their communities. It is therefore essential to ensure that girls have equal access to quality education and to remove barriers that prevent them from attending school, such as child marriage, cultural norms, and economic constraints. Investing in the health and well-being of the girl child is also paramount. Access to proper health care, nutrition, and sanitation facilities are essential for her growth and development. By providing comprehensive healthcare services, including reproductive health education and services, government and the society in general can empower girls to take control of their lives and make informed choices. The society must recognize and celebrate the potential of the girl child. By the society can create a world where every girl can thrive and reach her full potential. The girl child deserves equal opportunities, rights, It is a day to acknowledge the importance of investing in girls' education, health, and empowerment. On this day, the world recognizes and celebrates the potentials and achievements of girls and advocates for their equal opportunities and rights.
I'm unique in my own way. Everything about me is beautiful. So I feel special in the girl child. I'm very, very proud. Mates cannot achieve. I've also achieved some things my mates go extra mile to get, which I've already done by myself. I feel so good. Being a girl child is very wonderful. Like, it's a very good thing. Like, I'm proud being a girl. I like it.
I would say that it's not easy. It's not just easy. A lot. In fact, a lot. Number one, the special thing is that it's not easy to carry a child in her tummy for 9 months. You understand? Another thing that she cares. There's one special love she gives to her children. You understand? She trains her children and the rest of it. You understand? It's a lot. It's a lot.
Alright, welcome back. And in case you're just joining us, it's Monday's edition of the program Morning Ride, and we are that spot where we'll be looking at issues as they affect our community. And I will have the image maker of the Nigerian Police Force Delta State Command, SP Bright Odafe, PPR. I would like to welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
So what our expectations are, a lot of people see as the police, well, they are being skeptical about that. So let's look at it from the police-community relationship now. Can you speak to that conversation quickly?
Okay, firstly, I hope that during the course of the program we can readdress that issue of police is your friend. Because like I've always said, and like I've said one time in this station, I said, we just don't have a choice. When they say somebody is your friend, does not necessarily mean you have to drink wine and dine with that person, but that person is your go-to guy. Police is our go-to, is a go-to institution. Well, let me not divert for now. Let's start with the relationship between the police and the community. You see, we have left that era where it is just the police doing the job of security alone. Now it is a community-based approach that we are taking. Police is nothing without the community. The police cannot do it on its own. And that's why we have information, area of development. When I mean development, maybe at times they do come together and erect structure for the police. They buy vehicles for the police. They liaise with their traditional rulers, members of their community, and get us useful, timely, and credible information. If you check my press release that we issue for the command, you discover that at least 60% of the time, I will tell you we got an information. Somebody called. Fege division in Onitsha. People, the youth of this community came out and said, no, this is our own. You cannot come and create problem for us and go. That is one of the advantages of partnership with the community. We have had cases where some group of persons, criminally minded individuals, went to a bush in Agbaro and they were stacking AK-47 rifles somewhere in the bush. A member of health and security may be difficult to compare, but I can tell you, I can say 50-50 because we are nothing. We can't do anything when we are not secured.
So this PCRC now, is it functioning right now?
It is. If I had known to us, and by extension, it reduces crime because automatically someone who knows that he or she is a member of Police Community Relations Committee, if he wants to go into crime, he will ask himself, but I'm part of these people. To not make sense. And if they see people that want to go into crime, because they already are aware, they will tend to advise them on the dangers of going into crime. So it helps. And they are functioning across the 53 divisions, 8 area commands, and the headquarters is domiciled here in Asaba.
Okay, so this committee now is basically men of the police force, or is it joint? Is it a joint?
They are all civilians.
Okay, just civilians.
All civilians who are members of different communities that have come together to say, we want to help the police.
Departure from each other.
Okay, they are not the target of criminals. We are.
They are also, because the criminals also look at them.
Yes.
I tell you something. I was privileged to be with somebody, chairman of the PCRC over the weekend. And the guy I was with now said, they are also targets. Although he didn't say it where the guy was. We were just together. He said, they are also a target because the criminals will look at them as people who want.
They should be aware. It is the Nigeria of today. We really need police. We cannot underestimate the fact that we need police. You and I will agree that if you are going on a journey and you travel maybe 10 kilometers and you don't see policemen, to some extent you get cautious. And another thing is, where you are going and you notice that they are fighting themselves. Police are there when there is fire outbreak. Police were there when there is accident. Police were there when there are security breaches.
Recently, they are beginning to creep into town, and it is scary to say, you know, because one cannot even walk out or go out without the fear of, oh, this thing can actually happen. So what is the police doing about not letting this hideous crime come into the city?
Okay, crime is a part of life.
Sure.
Whether we accept it or not. Even in during one of my master's classes, the lecturer said, once there is just more than one person in the room, there is tendency that crime will be committed. That is how crime is. Before I go into actually die, who do you blame? Do you blame the government, or do you blame the hospital? You blame that person.
Yeah.
You get the point. So we're having issues where, okay, a week ago, we had that somebody was kidnapped around DLA. Until today, nobody reported. Family member did not report, wife did not report, friend did not report. So it is assumed that it did not happen. As sad as it may sound, cases that are unreported, they are assumed not to have happened.
Yes.
So I really hope our viewers listening to us should understand the importance of reporting.
Cases.
There are 3 stages of fighting crime. You can fight before, you can fight crime during, you can fight crime after. A week ago, I issued a press release on behalf of the command of 3 suspected kidnappers now, but personally, we are not ripe for state police.
Okay.
All right, we'd like to thank you so much. I'm afraid this will drop the conversation this morning. We'd like to thank you on a very short notice. The image maker of the Nigerian Police Force, SP Bright Edafe, for speaking to the conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break at this point, and when we come back, it will be yet another spot on Morning Ride. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
€5,816 enrollees. My
God, no wonder Ifeanyi Oswoza, he said that Governor Sheriff is staying committed to delivering the more